please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. So this morning I was looking on Twitter. There's a video I'm gonna make, but I was on Twitter looking through what's on the news, and I came across this tweet that says, "Always good to remember that Diana suffered a miscarriage before Harry, and that Charles wasn't really happy to have another boy with red hair. Prince Harry really deserves all the happiness Meghan, Archie, and Mama Doria are giving him today. And what a dashing redhead." So I did not know Princess Diana had a miscarriage. So I went in to look to see if there's any article about it, but nothing really comes up. Her son's birth, Princess Diana forever. Book claimed that Diana had an abortion. Remember Princess Diana, her life, tragic death. Diana had did Diana have a miscarriage? Let me look at this, see what's come up. Royal Insight. Do you stand with the president? Nah, I don't want to deal with that. Did Diana have a miscarriage? I read a vague report of it, but was it ever confirmed? So it seems like, okay, let's see what this is. Princess Diana had a miscarriage in 1983 when she and Balmoral, I think so, if I'm correct or I'm wrong. So it looks like just rumor. So I don't know. Did Diana have? No, never was confirmed. So so I don't know if this is true or not. So I'm not gonna say she did because I never heard of that. But let me click inside. Prince Charles made a joke after Harry's birth that actually broke Diana's heart. August 27, 2019. About a year after Prince William was born in June 1982, Diana was under pressure to produce a spare to the heir. In September 1983, Buckingham Palace announced that Diana was pregnant for a second time, but sadly she suffered a miscarriage later that week while at the Balmoral estate in Scotland. Cut to early 1984 when Charles and Diana found out that they were expecting again. During her difficult pregnancy, Diana told friend, "I don't think I'm made for the production line, but it's all worth it in the end." In September 1984, Diana gave birth to a baby boy, Henry Charles Albert David Mountbatten Windsor, after 9 hours of labor and 0 drugs. And Andrew Morton's Diana, her true story, the princess revealed her husband's dismay after welcoming their second child. "Charles always wanted a girl," she said. "Harry was a boy. His first comment was, 'Oh God, it's a boy.' His second, and he's even got red hair." Charles discounted the comment as a joke, but Diana was extremely hurt and offended. Not only had what is it? The princess revealed Charles wanted a girl. Yeah, this part made me real think about during Meghan's and Harry and Meghan's wedding. I'm wondering if this is why he wanted to walk Meghan down the aisle. Maybe that's why he wanted a girl. So they did all of this nonsense to prevent Thomas from showing up at the wedding, and he wanted to do the walking himself. Because I remember thinking that way during the wedding. Although I would have preferred Meghan walk by herself, because she's a self-made, millionaire. She works, But yeah, that's what I thought about when I read this part. But if there was one comment, I think from one of my subscribers, who said that they don't like the trickery that they always, the royal family always doing. I mean, if Charles had brought it up and worked something out with Thomas in a positive way, let's say Charles walked Meghan halfway down the aisle, because I think the church was made in several sections, maybe from the front of the entrance to halfway, and hand Meghan to the dad, and then the dad walked Meghan down the aisle and hand her over to Harry. That could have worked. meaning that the first portion of the walk, where for me, I think that would have told me that Prince Charles accept her and the family, right? And then Thomas hand over to to Harry, and that would have been fine by me, I think. I don't know. Let me know, because these people are beyond my understanding. But they could have just talked something out and make it work instead of doing those silly stuff. And now things are coming out and make them look in a negative way. So this is what came out here. And here someone responded, I agree. You can't tell he's got more of the Spencer trait, while Baldy takes more of the Windsor with Diana's eyes and nose. Also, wow, I didn't know she suffered a miscarriage. Yep, I didn't know either. So I'm not gonna go through all the comments, but that's what happened. That's what came up. But what I really wanted to talk about today was last night I was watching a video about a history of royal incest and Inbreed part 2. I'll put the link of that video in the description. So some question popped up, and they've been wondering in my mind quite some time, but they revisit my mind again. They came back again. So I was thinking, I was like, so I think I find the answer why some Brits are upset with Harry and Meghan's union. So here's the clip. Why?
However, unions between cousins were incredibly common. The church had rules about degrees of consanguinity, or how closely related people could be and be allowed to marry. But papal dispensations were often granted, and the health of offspring was thrown out the window in favor of cementing treaties and making advantageous political matches. Royal parents were obsessed with making sure their children married the best titles they could get, regardless of the actual person involved. And there just weren't that many royals on the marriage market to go around.
And I also think I know why some of the Brits royal have bad lower lips.
King Charles II of Spain is the most famously tragic result of inbreeding among the Habsburgs. The family was also particularly notorious for inbreeding, a condition called mandibular prognathism, where the lower jaw protrudes, often causing the upper and lower teeth to misalign, became known as the Habsburg jaw.
I also think I know why God wants human beings to have a limited lifespan.
She blamed the deaths of her children on the Jewish people and begged her husband to expel them from Vienna. He obliged, destroying the Vienna synagogue and building a church in its place. She died while pregnant with their 5th child at the age of 21.
I also think I know why the Brits royal family can't see reality.
George III of the United Kingdom, ruler during the American Revolution, was a member of the House of Hanover and had plenty of looped branches in his family tree. He suffered debilitating madness for many years and left the rule of the nation to his son, the Prince Regent. The genetic disorder porphyria has long been blamed for his condition. However, this has recently been put into doubt. Whatever the cause of George's madness, his shallow gene pool didn't help. His granddaughter, Queen Victoria, married her first cousin, Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. When arranging marriages for their 9 children, Victoria and Albert wanted the best, and they discussed European princes and princesses as though they were breeding racehorses. But their concerns about height and hair color glossed over the serious genetic problems in their own and other royal houses. Their youngest son, Leopold, suffered from hemophilia, a condition which impairs the body's ability to make blood clots, a process needed to stop bleeding. He died at 30. This might not have sounded alarm bells, as the genetic cause of the disease was not yet understood. Doctors incorrectly blamed Leopold's ill health on his mother's use of chloroform during his delivery. But later on, the full ramifications of their inbreeding would be known. Hemophilia came to be known as the royal disease.
And one advice these royals could have taken from their own advice is where during slavery, I don't know if I have clips of that, but I know from reading other books that during slavery, when they were not the royals, but the people, how do they call them? People who were trading slaves. They were mixing and matching different slaves to produce strong and well-being, offspring, so they could make more money to sell those slaves. So I think royals should have taken that advice instead of marrying each other and create bad bloodline. So that's one advice that they should have taken from their own tactics and practices. But because of greed and stuff, they wanted pure bloodline.
Slavery continued until 1865 for 2 generations, right? So how do you reconcile that? You can no longer bring in Africans, but you still have the business of slavery. So they still needed Africans to do the work down south, especially after the cotton gin was invented. So you had the creation of breeding farms. 2 of the largest slave breeding farms in the United States were on the eastern shore of Maryland and right outside of Richmond, Virginia. They literally bred black people like cattle. They would have a strong black man have sex with a healthy black woman.
It's just greed, pretty much. They wanted everything to be for themselves, so they want to marry each other. Even this is so disgusting. Even son sleeping with mothers and all of this nonsense. So from the video that I saw, I don't know if all of them are true or not, because I don't think I've read. Well, somebody had to write them anyway. Even if they wrote it or they mentioned in the video, these are human who's doing them, who are writing them or making those videos. But it's just nasty. And you could see why they don't agree with the union of Harry and Meghan, because the way they do things, it's so disgusting. And I believe in one of the videos they mentioned, I think about 4 or 5 royals have I guess branch out of family incest. They don't marry their own family. And I think that's William, Harry, the one in France, something Monaco, and I think there's one or 2 more. So yeah, so very few start branching out. They don't marry their own family. And Queen Elizabeth, even one of those who married her own cousin. And I think they said that they related, was it Philip and Queen Elizabeth related by which queen? I forgot. If I find it, I'll show it to you.
Today, only 10 hereditary monarchies still exist in Europe: Belgium, Denmark, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Monaco, the Netherlands, Norway, Spain, Sweden, and the UK. Many of these monarchs are related to each other, and 5 are descendants of Queen Victoria. In the 1920s, King George V of the UK decreed that his children were no longer required to marry other royals. But old habits die hard. Queen Elizabeth II of the UK and her husband, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, are second cousins through Christian IX of Denmark, and also third cousins, as they are both great-great-grandchildren of Queen Victoria.
But yeah, it's just so disgusting. And you could see why all this nonsense is going in Britain about Harry and Meghan, especially for Meghan to be a biracial. So that definitely ruined the bloodline, and that probably gonna make Harry and Meghan's bloodline stronger, unlike the others, because they don't live that long. From the thing that I read, they don't care about living that long. They just care about keeping stuff. And this is why I think God wants people to live for a limited amount of time, because of greed. You want everything, but he only sent you here on earth to take care of the land, do what you're supposed to do, and then leave it to the next generation to take care of it. But these people want everything to themselves. But anyway, That's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let me know what you think.